everyone. This is Solomon Jones, aka Sully, aka your girlfriend's favorite YouTuber. Yes, sir. And you're now tuned into Solo TV 84 and you're rocking with the best. This is a video titled 10 Things I Would Tell My Younger Self. And this is a personal video to me because, in life, you go through a lot of things. And me, I didn't have somebody holding my hand and telling me this is what you should do or that's what you should do. I had to learn on my own. And for some of you, this may sound basic, but we all go through different things in our journey of life. And so I'd be curious to hear my viewers' perspective, what they would tell themselves if you want to leave it in the comments. Now, this list is pertaining to me, so I may be speaking in third person, y'all. Um, Let me know what you think, and let's start off with number 10. Sometimes it's better to rub one out than smash a grenade. When I was 22, I got a word of advice. If you're about to, engage in some activity with a woman and you're not sure about it or it's not something that you want, rub one out first. It'll give you some clarity. In the moment of thirst, Solo, you may be weak to smash any chick, don't give in. Sometimes it's not worth it. Yes, you're a man, but the truth is, because just because a gift is wrapped nicely doesn't mean it's a nice gift. Think about it. So basically, this is one that I wish that I would have adhered to a little better because you know what? Just because it's coochie doesn't mean it's Gucci, if you know what I mean. Number 9, leave her better than you found her. If she treats you like a king, treat her like a queen. There will be times where you will have an abundance of women and become greedy to just lose them all. Hot streaks never last forever. See, when you're younger, Solo, you become a bit arrogant when you have a few females lying around. But always remember that hot streaks tend to last shorter than the cold streaks. The cold streaks tend to last longer. When you are with a woman who treats you the way that you're supposed to be treated, leave her better than you found her. Too many of us take advantage of a good woman and leave her broken. And unfortunately, in my younger years, there was a woman or two, yeah, maybe just one, but there was definitely a woman who treated me the way I was supposed to be treated, and I broke her heart. And there's been many, many women that have mistreated me, many women that, that I wish something more would have happened, and just regrets. However, there's always this one woman that comes back to me because she treated me the way that I was supposed to be treated, and I should have done better by her. But unfortunately, I was not wise or mature enough at the time to handle that situation. And now looking back upon it, I wish I would have did things differently. It's a part of the growing process. I realize. Number 8, stop watching porn. It's one of the most destructive things to your testosterone, your psyche, as well as your overall thought process, not just about women and sex, but about how you feel in general. Porn is a rabbit hole that once you get into, you keep going in deeper and deeper until you're in a place of misery. There are a lot of things that porn does that people don't even realize to you spiritually and mentally. And, you're releasing a huge amount of dopamine, and it becomes addictive. And it comes to a point where sometimes watching porn, if you watch it too much, sometimes watching porn may be even better than getting real sex. Seriously. And this generation of men, the younger generation, we're at a point where porn is so readily available that it's causing a lot of issues. Um, and porn is a drug, and it's a drug that millions of men are addicted to, and it's a drug that is hard to break for us. And so, in my younger years, all the hours I would have spent watching porn, I wish I would have used that energy in form of sexual transmutation and utilized it for something different, like maybe running a business or traveling, instead of spending hours upon hours trying to bust nuts. This is definitely one of my biggest regrets. I will admit that. Number 7, time will build your character. You will go through the fire, Solo. Your friends will abandon you. Money will be low, but this is all to strengthen you in the fire. There will be times that you want to give up, but realize that if life was easy, you would take things for granted. Mm. Let me just be clear that I'm thankful for everything that I have. I don't have a fancy car. I don't live in a balling ass condo, in a high rise or something like that. I don't, you know, have the latest Jordans or jewelry, but I'm blessed to be where I'm at because of all the things that I've had to go through to get where I'm at. And it's a pretty big deal. I could have died. I could have, I've been shot at. I could have died then, but I didn't. I've been in situations that I didn't think, how would I get out of it? But I'm here. And that in itself is a powerful testimony. The fact that I'm here, the things that I had to overcome. And there'll be times where you will question yourself because you will be unsure of yourself. There'll be times where you will even question God. There are times where you will question your family and friends. There are times where everybody will turn against you. And the worst thing that you can do is turn against yourself. And in the moment of despair and darkness, a sphinx will rise, a phoenix will rise. And you have to have confidence in yourself because during dark times, that's when the real you will come out. Number 6, invest in your body. Yes, Solo, it's fun to go out and pop bottles, but realize that it's not always worth it, especially if you have to go to work the next morning. Invest in your health, body, mind, and soul. You only get one of those in this life. I think that for me, I've always gone to the gym. However, it's always been a consistency thing. And part of me now, with what the knowledge that I have about food and nutrition, part of me wishes that I would have been a bit more serious or steady or consistent with the fitness, but more importantly, the diet. Because food in itself can be addictive as well. And there's nothing wrong with investing in your body because it's your health. There are people out there right now that they can't move because they're so big that their joints hurt. There are people out there right now that, you know, are physically unable to do anything because they didn't take care of themselves. So it's very important to invest in your body, Solo. Number 5, be more selfish. Not everyone is your friend or has your best interests in mind. There are people who will want to see you do good, but not better than them. As soon as you do, they will become jealous. You're a stand up guy, Solo, and you will go to war for your friends. But if they ain't willing to do the same, then cut them off. Throughout the years, Solo, you will go to bat for your friends. You will help them out in situations that they're in. And you will always extend a loving hand to help your brothers out. But that doesn't necessarily mean they will do the same for you, because a lot of people will take kindness for weakness. In situations where you needed help Where were they at? Where were they at, Solo? So it's very important, and realize that it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to think about yourself first. Because at the end of the day, these dudes ain't paying your bills that you're going partying with. They ain't paying your rent. They're not paying the car note. They're not paying the cell phone bill. They're not paying your student loans. You know what I mean? So what it comes down to is they're gonna be people that you meet, Solo. They're gonna be cool people. But then there's certain people that you'll meet, you know, they're snakes in the grass. And sometimes it's good to be by yourself. Sometimes it just is. Number 4, meditate daily. The benefits of meditation edify your soul. The benefits are countless. It helps to reduce depression, anxiety, pain. It makes you more happy and at peace. And more importantly, it makes you focus on the present moment instead of worrying about the past and future constantly. See, Solo, meditation is something that you never really did in your younger years. But the benefits of meditation are countless. They're countless. Even if you just meditate for a couple of days, the benefits will be immediate. There's a certain peace, a certain strength that comes with meditation, a peace of mind that can't be described. And the more you do it, the better it becomes. It strengthens your brain, it strengthens your resolve, and it opens up paths for you. Meditation is very powerful, and that's why it's very high on my list. Number 3, don't put the meow on a pedestal. All that simping and cupcaking is not going to do anything for you but get you in a world of hurt. If a woman disrespects you, be willing to walk and realize that there are other women out there. A lot of women, Solo, you'll learn, are selfish and don't bring much to the table besides sloppy wet blowjobs and sex. Also, don't deal with single mothers. Yes, I know you love black women, but if another dude busts gallons of nuts inside her and she got pregnant, that baby is not your responsibility. And this is pretty much self-explanatory. Which, because we put the pussy on a pedestal known as Pussilaya. And I've mentioned that before. And number 3 and 2 are kind of similar. So I'll go into number 2 because, I believe number 2 in itself deserves its own thing, which is number 2, prioritize your time. All that chasing after women in clubs or bars, if I put the same energy towards a business, Solo, you'd be a millionaire right now. Prioritize your time and realize that the older you get, the faster time flies. Yes, it's fun popping bottles at a club, but imagine all the time you spend. Forget about the money. The time in itself could have made you a millionaire. You see, when you think about it, some of us procrastinate a lot, and spending a lot of time in a club when I was younger, it didn't benefit me. Here's the thing. Had I used that same energy, like I said, sexual transmutation, that same energy into putting a business, I would probably be in a different place right now in life. I really believe that. I spent a lot of hours in my 20s in clubs, to the point that bouncers knew who I was, bartenders knew who I was. That's how much time I spent, where I would get into certain places for free, have VIP access, would even get my drinks calmed as well. And nowadays, I rarely go to a club. I seldom go to a club, just for the fact that I never liked the clubs to begin with. The only reason I went is because that's where all the pretty girls were. Facts. You know what I mean? I didn't care for the music or the booze. I could just get my own bottle and go to the crib. I just enjoyed the club because if you want to see some loose, beautiful women, that's where you go. Ain't no pretty girls at the art galleries, nigga. Come on now. You know? So that's just being real. Um, yeah. Which brings me to number one. Stop trying to impress everyone. Stop trying to impress everyone. We live in a superficial era where you have to have the latest Jordans if you want the latest gear to look fly to impress women. You have to have the latest Movado watch, the latest jewelry on, the latest gear, the flyest car. Stop trying to impress everyone. Realize that your sense of self worth comes from who you are, what you bring to the table as a man. Realize that you are enough and be authentic and genuine and sincere in everything that you do from the heart. You see, when you try to impress everyone, then you care about what everyone thinks of you and you get external validation from these people. But have internal validation. People who are truly confident don't really give a rat's ass what the next person thinks of them. Yeah, they may care to a point, but they know who they are. They know who they are themselves. And at the end of the day, you should be able to impress yourself. A lot of people don't do that or understand what I mean. But imagine, as an example, you run 4 miles, okay? And then the next day, you want to do something to impress yourself, and you run 10 miles. Now, to some people listening, they might roll their eyes. Oh, that doesn't impress me. But you know what? For somebody who only runs 4 miles every day, and then you do 10 miles, that is impressive in its own right. So stop trying to impress everybody. Stop trying to impress the girls. Stop trying to impress your niggas or your homies and just be yourself. You know, that's real talk. Anyway, guys, this is my list of 10 things that I would tell my younger self. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. And if you have your list, please share. I mean, I would be curious to hear about what 10 things you would tell your younger self. And please don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out the playlist. I have videos in terms of different content. I have videos about business, self improvement, motivation, borderline personality disorder, MGTOW, whatever. I've got videos in terms of different topics. Check it out, okay? It's your boy Solo, aka Sully. I hope everyone has a blessed day, and I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Peace.